Hello again, everybody, and welcome to L'Anse Creuse North High School. I'm Brad Fetters for Macomb Township Government Access. The penultimate MAC Red matchup here between the L'Anse Creuse North Crusaders and the Dakota Cougars. And a lot on the line here tonight. The Cougars come in with that perfect 8-0 mark in the MAC Red play. Have already clinched at least a share of the MAC Red title, hoping to clinch it here tonight. Let's quickly meet the starters. First for the Dakota Cougars, number 1, Josh Hines. Number 2, Son Schweisinger. Number 3, Joey Toko. Number 5, Ryan Rollins. And number 10, Xavier Glenn. For L'Anse Creuse North, they line up this way. Number 2, Christian Johnson. Number 3, Mackay Johnson. Number 5, Jordan Brossett. Number 14, Jack McLeod. And number 24, Jamari Mack. Tip was won and controlled by the Dakota Cougars. They will have the very first possession of tonight's ball game. Quick entry pass into the post position. Ryan Rollins turnaround jumpers, no good. But the offensive rebounds cleaned up by Josh Hines, who puts it back and puts it in for the early 2-0 lead. One of the most talented backcourts in all of Macomb with Josh Hines and Ryan Rollins. And answering right back with a three-pointer is Christian Johnson, as L'Anse Creuse North has their first lead of the game. Rollins' shot is short off the front iron, controlled by L'Anse Creuse North. Here they come. Jordan Brossett, the senior captain, calling out the plays. He's being guarded by Joey Toko. Good matchup there between senior point guards. Jamari Mack, the high post, turns around, feeds it right back to Mackay Johnson. Johnson versus Ryan Rollins. That'll be a matchup here tonight to pay attention to throughout the rest of the night. A terrific feed inside of Jamari Mack for the easy lay-in, and it gives LCN the early 5-2 lead. So the Cougars falling asleep just a little bit, allowed Mack to get behind the defensive line. Rollins fouled inside. Mackay Johnson, the guilty party there. Ryan Rollins going up with the shot, so he will shoot 2. Ryan Rollins coming off a 22-point performance in their road win over Roseville. 72-37, that victory over Roseville, as they swept that season series against the Panthers. Rollins able to knock down both free throws. So 5-4 advantage right now for the Crusaders. 6:25 remaining in the opening quarter of play. Christian Johnson into the corner for Mack. 3 on the way, good. That's the only way LCN was going to be able to contend here tonight, was knocking down their jumpers. And you gotta like the start so far for LCN, is driving in. Josh Hines thought he might have been fouled there. Doesn't matter, he knocks down the shot. So Hines with 4, Rollins with 2, no surprise. The backcourt is on fire here in the early goings for Dakota. Brossett picks up his dribble, able to find Jack McLeod over to Mackay Johnson, right wing side. Johnson explores, kicks it out to Brossett. A little skip pass into the corner. Johnson's shot no good, and Rollins comes down with a rebound. Might have got away with a little bit of a carry there. Flings it into the corner. 2 on the way is good. Sean Schweisinger able to knock down the jumper. So back and forth we go, tied up at 8. Christian Johnson, double team, takeaway there by Joey Toko, and a slam dunk applied by Josh Hines. Brossett up ahead to Johnson. Comes out to Mackay Johnson, straightaway 3 off the back heel, no good. Ryan Rollins rips down the board. He has his pocket picked there by Jamari Mack. Up ahead to Mackay Johnson. Johnson able to hang and hit. Gymnasium really into this ball game, and why not? Friday night. A tangle of 2 of the top teams in the MAC Red. Rollins thought about the 3. Jamari Mack now on Rollins. A little bit of a switch there. Joey Toko takes the 3, no good. Mackay Johnson comes down with the rebound. Looking ahead, gets it over the half-court line, puts on the brakes, pull up three, might have been fouled, he hit it! Oh, baby! Count that three and the foul. Micaiah Johnson will go to the line to finish up the 4-point play. Might have stuck his leg out just a little bit, but he drew contact from Ryan Rollins. And Johnson will, in fact, complete the 4-point play. So LCN, thanks in part to that 4-point play, now lead at 14-10. 4:11 remaining in the first quarter. Rollins with the beauty of a finger roll there. Last time these two teams played was an 80-60 final. Filling up the score sheet and lighting up the scoreboard. That's a 2, foot on the line. Swaysinger might have gotten away with a little bit of a travel there as well. As Ryan Rollins with the offensive rebound goes up strong, gets fouled. He'll look to finish the 3-point play. Scoring fast and furious right now as teams are trading blows. Josh Hines with 6 points, Rollins with 6, Micaiah Johnson with 6. Stars shining bright tonight as Rollins knocks down the free throw. 15-14, Dakota out in front. Jack McLeod applies the screen. Johnson crossover, 15-footer in and out. Ryan Rollins comes down with the rebound, up ahead to Josh Hines. Hines drives left side, floater hits. Yeah, we mentioned that Dakota win their last game against Roseville. Roseville came out and elected to try to slow things down. Played a very methodical brand of basketball. It simply did not work. I asked Coach Seletsky as Jamari Mack floats up a three. Back-to-back triples for Mack. I asked Coach Jay Seletsky prior to tip-off here tonight if he had anything in his back pocket. He said, nope, we're just going to play Dakota straight up tonight. It's working thus far. Two teams tied up at 17. Rollins, straightaway three off the front iron. Mack comes down with it. Over to Micaiah Johnson. Johnson between the leg dribble, backs off now. Scans the court, drives to his right, goes behind the back. Gets a little bit of a Jack McLeod screen. Up top to Brossett, being guarded there by Toko. Mack setting a pick, but Brossett turns it down. Picks up the dribble, over to McLeod, inside now to Mack. Mack versus Swaysinger, a little bit of a mismatch. Mack goes inside, up and under, and hits. Jamari Mack, an early 10 points to lead all LCN scorers. Swaysinger, corner three, no good. Xavier Glenn had it momentarily, knocked out of bounds. Ball will stay with Dakota. So wholesale changes now for LCN, including Vincent Longo, Evan Stanson, and the first look at Jeremiah Williams-Stewart. So 3 fresh bodies onto the floor for the Crusaders. Xavier Glenn banging bodies down low, has it stripped there. Clean steal by Micaiah Johnson. Johnson sprints up. Williams-Stewart into the corner, no good. Josh Hines waits for a trailer. He'll hand off to Rollins. Rollins being harassed there by Micaiah Johnson. Johnson, a little bit of a switch. Ryan Rollins able to hit. Fall away jumper. (19-19), 1:15 now left to go in the first quarter. The Dakota Cougar faithful have made the short trip down 21 Mile Road, starting to make some noise. Stanson drives baseline, draws all kinds of contact. He'll shoot 2 as Xavier Glenn, the 6'6" senior, will get called for the foul. So we mentioned the last time these two teams hooked up, it was an 80-60 victory for Dakota, as 3 different Cougars scored in double digits in that one. Ryan Rollins led all scorers with 21. Xavier Glenn had 18, and Josh Hines had 14. Stanson's second misses. We got a lane violation there called on Ryan Rollins. A little bit of a surprise. Dakota at 80-point outburst, just their 3rd highest point total of the season. Their highest was 82 points against Stevenson. They also had 81 in a game that was broadcast right here at Macomb Township Government Access against Romeo. Toko, an individual effort, no good. William Stewart will defer to Brossett. Brossett walks it over to the timeline, gets some final instructions from head coach Jay Seletsky. We'll see if LCN just elects here to hold on for one final possession of this first quarter. Some hot shooting as LCN out in front. A couple triples knocked down by Jeremiah Mack. Makai Johnson with 6 points as well. Brossett drives the lane and is going to get called for a travel. One step too many. So Dakota now with the opportunity to take the lead. They trail 20-19, 10 seconds left. Rollins, very deliberate up the floor. Gonna have to hurry now, gonna have to do something. And he's gonna try to split 2 defenders, and we got a tie-up. Terrific defense there by North. Brossett and Longo coming together to draw that jump ball. Antonio Cordova gonna apply a little pressure. Longo from half court will not go. And after 1 quarter of play, LCN on their home floor leads it 20-19. We'll take a quick break here at Macomb Township Government Access. But when we come back, the start of the second quarter play, don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Jordan Peele. I'm usually trying way too hard to be funny. Well, right now I'm going to be completely serious with you. Online bullying is a toxic side effect of modern technology. No one's immune to it. Not you, not me, nobody. But there's a way we can fix it. This emoji in the symbol section of your phone's emoji keyboard. Use it when you see bullying online to say, I see what you're doing, not cool, definitely not funny. And I know what funny is. I coined the phrase wordness to the turdness. So join me and become a witness. When you see bullying online, use this emoji to do something. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org.
Welcome back to the Dave Jackson Gymnasium here at L'Anse Creuse North High School. I'm Brad Fetters from Macomb Township Government Access, and what an entertaining first quarter of basketball. The Crusaders in front of the Cougars 20-19, and for LCN, Jamari Mack with those 10 points, including 2 3-pointers that have really jump-started this LCN squad. Cougars will open the second quarter of play with the opening possession. Toko, Hines, and Rollins, your 3 guards on the floor. A little double screen, and we're going to get an offensive foul inside. And it's going to go against Antonio Cordova. So a little bit of a contrast in styles typically as Dakota leads all Macomb area conference teams, averaging 69 points per game. And really, LCN has gotten off to that 10-3 record because of their shutdown defense, as they're only giving up 49 points per game. So typically, LCN's more of a drag it out, slug it out style of a team. And right now, they're in an absolute track meet with Dakota. Crusader offense, it's only averaging 52 points per game, on pace here tonight to score 80. And Jamari Mack says no sir to that alley-oop attempt, as Ryan Rollins was the Cougar that was supposed to be the recipient of that pass. And Matt came in and swatted it away. Cordova eyes the three. He knocks it down. So some secondary scoring now for Dakota. First bucket of the second quarter. Inside, Toko with a block of his own. LCN able to recover though. Jeremiah Williams-Stewart drives baseline. Mack into his favorite spot on the floor. Can't hit this time. Ball deflected out of bounds. Possession will stay with LCN. So Jamari Mack now will take a seat, replaced on the floor by Jack McLeod. Evan Stanson will remain in the game. Makai Johnson back in as well. Jeremiah Williams-Stewart, Vince Longo. The 5 on the floor for LCN. Fastball inside, kick it right back out. Longo, 3 on the way, no good. Cordova wipes it down. Cordova fast breaking up to Josh Hines, 3 on the way off the back heel. Xavier Glenn able to come down with the offensive rebound, drives inside, draws contact, will shoot 2. Foul will go against Evan Stanson. We mentioned at the very top of tonight's broadcast, Dakota comes in with that 8-0 record in MAC Red play at victory over Roseville. Glenn misses the front. Victory over Roseville guaranteed them at least a share of the MAC Red title. A victory here tonight clinches an outright MAC Red league. As Glenn splits the free throws. 23-20. Cougars the slight advantage. LCN looking to play the role of spoilers here tonight on their home floor. Kai Johnson behind the back, pulls up, goes inside. Terrific ball fake there by Jack McLeod. Got his defender up in the air and able to lay it in. Rollins with the carry, gonna get called for it. Michael Caverly into the game now for LCN, replaces Evan Stanson. And really, that's the strength of this L'Anse Creuse North team, as Makai Johnson eyes the 3 and knocks it down. At LCN depth, Toko looking for an answer. Boy, Makai Johnson, just get the feeling that he really was looking forward to this matchup tonight against Ryan Rollins. Opportunity to showcase his skills tonight. Rollins, second and third chance opportunities. Neither falls. Possession will stay with the Cougars, but wait a second. The referees are going to come together and talk this one over. Referee on the baseline, signal Cougar ball, and they're going to change that call. (25-23), 5 minutes now remaining first half. Kai Johnson works himself around a screen, draws a double team, kicks it inside, it goes! Jeremiah Williams-Stewart, and 1. Terrific effort out of LCN here, as they have really answered the bell on their home floor. A good home team. They come in with an 8-1 record here at the Dave Jackson Gymnasium. Their only loss of the season was to Roseville. As Josh Hines able to split a couple defenders. Really nice effort there out of the junior guard. 2 heavyweights standing at the center of the ring, trading jabs and uppercuts as Makai Johnson knocks down another 3. Johnson already up to 12 points, and Rollins rattles one home. Oh, what a start to this game, and now they got Mekhi Johnson for the carry. See the first team to blink here tonight. Hines over to Rollins, right in front of Coach Seletsky. Is Rollins now starting to feel it. Back-to-back threes for Rollins. Rollins up to 10 points now. 31-30, Dakota out in front, and a turnover by Mekhi Johnson as he is looking for Jamari Mack. Another three. Teams hoisting up triples at a high rate here tonight. And another carry. A little bit of a hesitation dribble that time by Johnson, but he picked up his dribble. So it'll be Josh Hines, the trigger right in front of the Dakota bench. Two in, three out for the Cougars. Rollins floats up the alley-oop pass to Xavier Glenn, who jams it home. 33-30 lead now for Dakota. Telegraph pass by Johnson, dangerous, into the corner. Caverly three, no good. Glenn comes down with it, up ahead to Swessinger. Sean puts on the brakes, draws a double team. Bodies hitting the floor. Jeremiah Williams-Stewart comes up with it and calls the timeout. Coach Seletsky signaling for the 32nd timeout. Saves the possession. Good heads-up call by Coach Seletsky and LCN. So we mentioned the Cougars out to that 8-0 record, 13-2 overall. LCN 10-3 overall, 5-3 in MAC White play as they have locked up the 3 spot in the MAC White. They cannot pass Roseville, so LCN will be locked into that 3 spot in the MAC Red-White crossover tournament that will happen in a couple weeks. What a turnaround for this LCN team that only won 1 game a season ago. And that was against L'Anse Creuse as they went 0-10 in league play. Players really buying into the system. A talented point guard and senior Mekhi Johnson. Christian Johnson, the junior, has it now. Over to Longo. Longo picks up his dribble, asking for help. Gets it in the form of Jamari Mack. Mack over to Christian Johnson. 3 on the way, no good. Misses its mark wide. Jamari Mack goes up strong, gets his own rebound, goes up with it for a second time and unable to hit. Rollins up ahead to Toko, lays it up, no. Had the shot altered that time by Johnson. Mack. Little 3-on-2, Mack with the Euro move inside. 33-32. 150 left to go in the first half. Toko holds the ball up high, goes over to Hines, who gives it right back to Toko from downtown Pierre. Toko's first bucket of the night. 4-point lead for the Cougars, one of the largest of the night. Jamari Mack has trouble with it, able to find Evan Stanson. Good court vision that time for Mack with the assist. Rollins pats the top of his head. It's a high ball screen from Xavier Glenn. Beautifully executed, pick and roll. 38-34. 1 minute now remaining in the second quarter. And we're going to get a push there on Ryan Rollins. And this is a really important foul, as Mekhi Johnson looked like he blew a tire and just fell down on his own. But instead, they're going to get Ryan Rollins for his second personal foul. And if maybe there's one bugaboo that's kind of hurt Ryan Rollins, is his inability to stay out of foul trouble. So Rollins will have to take a seat with those 2 fouls. They'll bring in Antonio Cordova to replace him. And more than likely, this will be just a defensive substitution. They'll give Rollins a little bit of a break and get him right back out there. Ooh, dangerous pass. It was nearly an over and back. Longo eyes the 3, unable to knock it down, but it's Stanson that comes down with the rebound and had his shot blocked. Nope, he just lost control of it. Thought it might have been blocked, but instead it went right off of Stanson. So Rollins will indeed check in offensively now with those 2 fouls. And Jamari Mack will guide the assignment there of guarding Rollins. Rollins right around Mack. The old blow by that time. Mekhi Johnson, 12 points, him and Mack, both with a dozen. Johnson looks up at the big board here at LCN, directs traffic, floats a pass into the corner for Longo, right back out to Mack, but had it stolen by Hines. Hines looking to beat the buzzer. Oh, what a block by Mekhi Johnson. Gonna have to get back on the play, and they're gonna wave it off. There was a whistle before the buzzer, and the referee gonna wave everything off. LCN's gonna head to the locker room as Coach Paul Toko is gonna look for an explanation. Waving everything off, and that will do it for 1/2 of play. Dakota has come in and grabbed a 40-34 lead. The Cougars in attendance don't agree with the call, but that's the way the first half will end, with Dakota in front of LCN, 40-34. We'll take a quick break here at Macomb Township Government Access. We'll catch our breath, but when we come back, the start of the second half will play.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Macomb County, 27 cities, townships, and villages. From East Point to Memphis, Romeo to New Baltimore. 458 square miles of where you want to be. It's a place where your children can grow, and so can your business. Macomb County's tree-lined borders contain over 12,000 acres of parkland. Its outer edge, 31 miles of freshwater shoreline, both filled each year with countless concerts, festivals, and family reunions. It's the birthplace of advanced technologies that not only instruct future generations, but protect them. Hey, and those are just facts. You can get that from the internet or a book. No. To truly understand what Macomb County is all about, you need to experience it. You need to live here. You need to work here. When you do that, you'll know you're home.
Welcome back to L'Anse Creuse North High School. Brad Fetters from Macomb Township Government Access, and what a first half of play here tonight as the Dakota Cougars have come in on the road and have taken a 40-34 lead, nearly set to go for the third quarter of play. And really, the story was Ryan Rollins, 17 points in that first half to lead all scorers, as 6 different Cougars factored into the scoring. Some hot shooting by the Crusaders tonight have kept them in this ball game. Makai Johnson with 12 points, and Jamari Mack, the junior inside, has actually gone out and he's knocked down a couple of three-pointers to give him 12 points as well. So L'Anse Creuse North right in this ball game as they're looking once again to play the spoiler here tonight, as Dakota has already clinched at least a share of the MAC Red title, looking for that outright championship here tonight. Toko up into the air, finds Glenn right at half court. Glenn went up in the air and drew contact. They'll call the foul there against L'Anse Creuse North. Jamari Mack, the guilty party, his first, team's first. Ryan Rollins going into Toledo next season, unstoppable there on the inside. Total up to 19 points now. Season average 24. So well onto that way to that mark here tonight. Jamari Mack eyes the three, can't get it to fall. Off the back heel. Swessinger comes down with the rebound. Josh Hines inside to Glenn. Glenn fouled for the second time. Talk about Ryans. He's had 3 games with over 30 points. Season high is 39. That was in a win over West Bloomfield in early January. He's a Mr. Basketball candidate. More than likely will be a finalist here in the state of Michigan. Has gone over 1,000 points now in his career at Dakota. Really, he's more than just a point guard. His length and wingspan, his ability to rebound, he's blocked a shot here tonight, is really the total package. Terrific jump shooter, ability to penetrate. So largest lead of the night now for the Cougars is 10, 44-34. A little quick 4-0 run to start this third quarter of play. All 4 points belonging to Ryan Rollins. Jack McLeod spins around and has that pass knocked aside. Toko tried to save it, instead went to Johnson. Makai eyes the three, he got it. And a quick timeout called by head coach Jay Seletsky. It'll be a full timeout. So we mentioned LCN's locked into the 3 spot for the upcoming MAC Red-White crossover tournament. Dakota locked in the 1 seed, and they will take the 4th place finisher of the white on, whereas LCN will take on the 2nd place finisher in the MAC White, as Grosse Pointe South has already clinched the MAC White. So these 2 teams on a collision course to potentially meet in the 2nd round of that tournament, as long as both teams take care of business. It's looking like Dakota will more than likely take on New Haven. New Haven out to a 7-7 start, 4-5 in league play. If things ended the way they did right now, L'Anse Creuse North would take on Henry Ford II in the first round of that tournament. And really a cool opportunity for these teams. You're just not playing out of conference games at the end of the season. You're actually playing meaningful basketball. Playing in that one and done format really gets you excited for district play as the Cougars get called for a travel there. So possession back over to LCN out of the timeout. See what Coach Seletsky's drawn up here offensively. Pass goes into the corner for Christian Johnson, being guarded there by Xavier Glenn. A little bit of a mismatch. Not the type of matchup LCN's got to be excited about, but Christian Johnson explores anyway and has his shot blocked there by Xavier Glenn. So that size of Glenn really making a difference. Ryan Rollins comes up with the offensive rebound, got fouled in the act of shooting, so he'll shoot two. 5:56 remaining in the third quarter of play. That was Jamari Mack's third personal foul as Rollins rattles that one home. So Mack will have to come out of this game, and replacing him in the lineup will be Xavier Smith. Both teams playing a little short-handed tonight. Charles Riley, we've seen a lot of action for LCN, not here tonight. So unable to give it a go for LCN down in Georgia. Rollins able to knock down both. Tobias Williams, the 6'5" sophomore for Dakota, out. So both teams without the service of a player. Jack McLeod hands off to Makai Johnson. Johnson looks over at his head coach, Jay Seletsky. Johnson over to Christian Johnson. Being guarded man on man by Ryan Rollins. Inside now. Back out. Jack McLeod inside. Couldn't get the floater to fall. Up ahead now to Josh Hines. Lays it up, lays it in. Too much Cougars right now. 48-37 the advantage. 5:05 left to go in the third quarter. An 8-3 run to start this quarter has extended that Cougar lead. And now we got a charging call against Christian Johnson. That'll be Christian's second foul. He'll take a seat. Replaced in the lineup by Jeremiah William Stewart. So it'll be William Stewart, Brossett, McLeod, Makai Johnson, and Xavier Smith, the 5 on the floor for the Crusaders. Toko finds Rollins. Ball kicked around a couple times, out of bounds. So possession staying with the Cougars. It'll be Rollins to trigger along the baseline. He finds Josh Hines. Hines with 12 points. Back to Rollins from downtown. No good. Brossett might have caught an elbow. No call. Rollins inside. Coach Seletsky upset that they didn't get the call there as Brossett checks his nose. Doesn't appear to be bleeding. Toko intercepts the pass momentarily, and Brossett still checking, and they'll say Dakota basketball. And Brossett might be bleeding. Yeah, he is. He's going to have to come out of this basketball game. Jack McLeod will take a seat. Longo on into the floor. Evan Stanson into the game as well for LCN. Swisinger wide open underneath the basket. Has to kick it back out from distance. Ryan Rollins once again. 11 points in this quarter for Rollins. Gives him 28. William Stewart looking for the answer, in and out. Terrific rebound by Smith. Kicks it back out. Mackay for 3. No good. So those 3-pointers that were falling early aren't going down now. And some extra words there for Xavier Glenn to Longo as he kind of pinned up Longo along the padding. The referees are going to discuss this one. Longo, I believe, got called for the foul, and Xavier Glenn took exception to the foul. And they're going to get Xavier Glenn for a technical foul. So they're going to allow LCN to take these technical foul shots. And it'll be Mekhi Johnson to shoot them. Xavier Glenn comes over to his head coach, Paul Toko. Coach Toko giving him an earful. Johnson knocks down the first of two. So a split is all Johnson can do from the free throw line. So after the technical, it will be LCN basketball. So Dakota loses the possession. It was just a common foul against Longo. 15-point edge right now for the Cougars. 53-38, 3.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Mekhi Johnson between the legs was looking for Longo. Cut off there by Dakota and Toko. Inside now, Stanson back out. Telegraphed the pass, and Toko with the interception. Toko all the way, glides in, got fouled hard by William Stewart. And Toko will go to the line to shoot two. So a 13-4 run, really engineered by Ryan Rollins. Rollins with those 11 points here in the third quarter. Josh Hines, the only other scorer for Dakota in this quarter. Toko misses the first. We'll get a second. And he's able to get that one to fall. So now they're going to look at Toko, and referee thought Toko might have had some blood, but it appears maybe it was just a scab. So 54-38. Johnson, oh, what a play, an acrobatic shot. Mekhi Johnson has really held his own in this basketball game, gives him now a team high 18 points. Rollins, one-on-one matchup with Mekhi Johnson. We talked about it at the early going, how it was going to be a battle between the 2-point guards, and those two really have delivered here tonight. Mekhi Johnson has put this Crusader team on his back, done everything he could to keep them in it. Just don't have the firepower that the Cougars have. Caverly into the corner, skip pass to William Stewart. Stewart explores, gets cut off once again by Toko. And that's Toko's game right there. A beautiful strip up ahead to Hines. Finger rolls it in. The Cougars get going in transition. It's a thing of beauty. The ball hardly touches the floor. Lead back up to 16. Stewart, jump step. Longo, he's a three-point shooter. Gonna drive inside. Hangs, can't hit though. Tie up, jump ball. William Stewart and Rollins, possession arrow favors the Cougars. Dakota winners of 10 straight. Their last loss was January 4th to Flint Powers Catholic. over a month ago. Rollins draws a double team. Nice steal there by William Stewart. Makai Johnson, another carry call. We've seen 3 of those violations here tonight by Makai. Now, those are costly turnovers when you're trying to work your way back into the basketball game. A little four-court pressure now applied by Longo. Hines able to beat that quite easily. Goes up with the bunny and hits. Boy, Cougars, poetry in motion at times, especially Hines and Rollins. Into the corner, 3 on the way. Caverly knocks it down. Big bucket there for LCN in desperate need of one. Makai Johnson might have got away with a little bit of contact. It won't get away for it. Second time as Rollins able to hit. And we'll go to the line to finish the old-fashioned three-point play. 13 points for Rollins in this quarter. Gives him 30 on the game. His 4th time this season that he's been in the 30s. So Cordova will check out for the Cougars. Into the game for his first action will be Tyler Barron. Barron wears 15 in blue. 61-43, Dakota out in front. Under a minute now remaining in the third quarter. High ball screen, Makai Johnson, underhand pass inside. Ill-advised, intercepted by the Cougars. Little 3-on-1, Hines comes away with it, and Rollins finishes. Gets the shot to fall, and we'll go to the line once again. An opportunity for Ryan Rollins to score as many points in this third quarter as he had in the entire first half. $17 now in the third quarter, 34 in the game for the Toledo commit. 64-43. Lead swelled up to 21 now. Longo knocks it down. Uphill climb the rest of the way now for LCN. Trace Malloy into the game as well for Dakota. Toko wants some of that, get some of that. Feet inside, gonna have to beat the buzzer. They're gonna say it's good. Oh, wow, Stanson beats the buzzer. It was close. Referee on that far side signaled that the bucket was good, and that will do it for 3/4 of play. Dakota has raced out in front. They lead at 67-48. Take one final break here at Macomb Township Government Access. But when we come back, the start of the 4th quarter of play.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Welcome back to LCN. Brad Fetters from Macomb Township Government Access, and the Dakota Cougars have really put on an offensive show here tonight as they lead at 67-48. Second to last MAC Red contest for both of our teams here tonight. Cougars looking to put the finishing touches on a MAC Red championship. Ryan Rollins going to be in the conversation for a Mr. Basketball Award this season, and there's no doubt why. 34 points here tonight, as we mentioned. 4th time this season that he has scored over 30 points, and he's going to add to the total here as he lays it in. His season high this season was 39 against West Bloomfield. He's 1 bucket away from matching that total here tonight. Christian Johnson going to check back into the game for LCN, replaces William Stewart. LCN will trigger right in front of their home bench. And these two teams will play out of the same district. And that one will be played over at Port Huron Northern. So another opportunity perhaps for these two teams to hook up. Could play as many as 4 times this season. Just kind of an odd quirk to the way the scheduling will go, and they're going to wave the bucket off and call Christian Johnson for a travel. So the 2 regular season matchups, potential to meet in the district playoffs, as well as the MAC Red-White crossover tournament. Rollins defers to Toko. NBA 3 on the way from Hines. Rollins collects and deposits another bucket. What an absolute show here tonight for the 6'3" senior guard. Rollins takes a deep breath, dribbles the basketball 3 times, hoists and hits. 39 matches his season high. An opportunity perhaps on the next trip down to eclipse 40. He's got it. Up ahead, goes up, finger rolls it in, and there you go. Ryan Rollins now with 41 points. What an absolute display here tonight out of Ryan Rollins. And one of the Cougar fans just shouted out, school record. Jamari Mack answers. So we can't confirm whether or not that's a school record. We'll take that fan's word for it. Coach Toko leaves Rollins in. Heinz looking to get involved now. He's got 16 over to Sean Schweisinger from deep. Cougars, such a terrific inside-out game. And they're going to be a tough out. And Ryan Rollins admitted just that. He said, yeah, Mr. Basketball would be awesome. But he's looking to make some noise in March. And looking to go on a long run as Josh Heinz goes inside. And don't forget, Dakota lost the services of Ryan Rollins about halfway through the season last year. Tore his hamstring in a game against Roseville. So you know he's itching to play some meaningful basketball in March. Dakota eventually losing to Roseville in the crossover tournament a year ago, and were upset in the district finals by Anchor Bay. So they'll look to erase that sour taste in their mouth as the referee's going to bring Heinz and Brossett together. This LCN team, as we mentioned, only at 1 victory a season ago. They too fell to Anchor Bay in the district playoffs a season ago. An overtime loss in the first round. So LCN going to look to make a little bit more noise this season. Mack went up with the basketball, kickball. Well, stay with LCN. We mentioned that district this year will take place at Port Huron Northern. It's going to be a 5-team district, and this will be the first year that the top 2 seeds get buys. As Brossett eyes the 3, he can't get it to fall. Dakota more than likely will get the overall top seed as Rollins adds to it. Christian Johnson with the three. Rollins three, no good, and he will check out of this basketball game and get a slight hug there from his head coach, Paul Toko, and a big round of applause, a standing ovation by the Cougar fans in attendance, and why not? .43 points Ryan Rollins will finish with. As LCN will call timeout. More than likely that will be Ryan Rollins' last minutes. So he'll finish with 43. 81-53 as Dakota has now passed those 80 points that they scored against LCN in the last meeting. Their season high was 82 in their win over Stevenson. So an opportunity here for Dakota to pass that mark as well. So we mentioned that the district will be at Port Huron Northern. Dakota, more than likely, will have the top seed. Port Huron Northern right now, 8-6 out of the MAC Gold, has a slight edge over LCN for the second spot in that district, which would guarantee them the 2 seed. Right now, L'Anse Creuse North has fractionally less Michigan power rating points than Port Huron Northern. Port Huron 7-7 out of the MAC Silver, and well as New Baltimore Anchor Bay 4-10 out of the MAC Blue round out that district, which will take place at Port Huron Northern on March 9th, 11th, and 13th. So 4:05 remaining in regulation. Mack catches, looking to go inside, goes up with it strong as the ball roll out of the cylinder, but will shoot 2 at the free throw line. So Mack with 14 points. Makes it 15. Can't get the second to fall. So Mack with 15, Makai Johnson with 18. So Brent Swessinger into the game now, gets involved in the scoring. Mack looking for the answer right back, can't get it to fall. Nice save along the baseline. Christian Johnson drives inside, gets fouled on his way up and will shoot 2. So Dakota has emptied the bench. The mayor into the game along with Tyler Barron, Antonio Cordova, Brent Swessinger, and Trace Malloy. Christian Johnson able to hit both free throws. We mentioned Dakota winners of 10 straight. This LCN team's kind of hit their stride as well. Winners of 3 of their last 4. Their last remaining MAC Red game will be against Sterling Heights Stevenson. That one will take place on the road. And Dakota will wrap up league play with a home contest against their arch rival and district foe, Chippewa Valley. Tyler Barron into the corner for Malloy, in and out, no good. Mack wipes down that rebound. Jamari Mack now over to Longo. Longo thought about it. Instead will go right back to Mack. Mack from distance, no good. Nice rebound. That shot missing short. Cordova up ahead. all kinds of steam. Attacks the basket, no good. Putbacks, no good. Third chance is no good, but Barron will go to the line to shoot 2. So Cordova will go to the bench, and Andrew Alexander will check into the game. Coach Toko getting everybody involved here tonight. So we'll say the foul is on the floor, so Dakota basketball right underneath the basket along the baseline. Merrill's triggered in. Alexander right back, and a nice hook shot there by Trace Malloy. So the reserves getting the show off now for the Cougars. 3 on the way once again for Caverly, no good. Tapped back. Xavion Smith with the tap back. Foul called against the Cougars. It'll be Trace Malloy, 6'4" junior. Prevail Blakely, Alex Crawford, and Brandon Croney. So every eligible player, every player that's dressed here tonight for Coach Toko has seen action. And why not? 85-56 lead, 2:21 left to go in regulation. Potential here for a running clock. Andrew Alexander into the corner. Blakely goes up with the ball fake. Put back, no good. Third chance, this time is good. It's going to be Crawford. So 31-point lead now for the Cougars. William Stewart had the ball stripped. Good concentration. And now a steal. Cougars slowing things down. Junior captain Longo up ahead. Into the corner for William Stewart. 3 short. Loose ball saved. Crashing nearly through the exit doors. William Stewart. Can't leave yet. Still 83 seconds remaining on the clock. So really an impressive effort here tonight out of the Dakota Cougars. Team that was motivated. You wondered coming in on the road if they might just lack a little bit of something here after taking care of business in their last game on the road against Roseville, but had their eyes set on the prize here tonight, which would be an outright MAC Red championship, and Cougars improving to 9-0 in league play, going to improve to 14-2 overall. And we mentioned the road contest against Chippewa Valley. And that's their last remaining game scheduled before the crossover tournament. I'm sure the Cougars will play some sort of crossover game before the tournament starts. It's a Cougar team that looks poised to potentially make a long run in the postseason, and we wish both of these teams good luck in both the MAC tournament and the district playoffs and beyond. This is our last broadcast of Macomb Township Government Access for the season. It's been a lot of fun covering both of these teams. And another steal, and Cougars looking to add on some more points. Nice whip inside, and it'll be Alex Crawford. As for LCN, they'll drop to 5-4 in MAC Red play, 10-4 overall, but really a solid season, a terrific bounce-back season for LCN. As Dakota gets it over the timeline and will hold. Really an impressive victory here tonight. 89 points, the season high for the Cougars against a very good LCN defense as they come away victors here tonight and wrap up their MAC Red championship season as they improve to 9-0. Congratulations to the Dakota Cougars on your 2019-2020 MAC Red championship. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for watching all season long. For our hardworking Macomb Township Government Access crew, including James Drum, Jason Burnt, and Jason Rodolski, I'm Brad Fetter saying so long for 2020. See you next year. Once again, final score from L'Anse Creuse North, Dakota Cougars 89, and L'Anse Creuse North Crusaders 58. Thank you so much for watching this production. We'll see you next time right here in Macomb Township Government Access.